Let's talk a little bit about the Retroid Pocket Mini. I wasn't actually planning on buying this device, but somebody in my neighborhood had already bought it and was selling it second hand for around $170 US. So I thought I have to grab this and try it out. For that price, it must be worth it. So, and I can actually say already it really is, because it's a small device, but it's very powerful. It has a Adreno 650 Qualcomm Snapdragon GPU. It has 6 GB of RAM. It has built-in 128 GB of storage. It has installed Android 10 and also has some active cooling. So those are the specs of this device. And if you look at the ergonomics of this device, compared to the previous versions of Retroid Pockets, it is more rounded on the sides. And thanks to the roundness here at the bottom especially, it's easier to lay it into your palms, in the palms of your hands, and then reach the top buttons. So when I hold this device, you can also see at the back, you can see that it's a little bit, you can see it's indented here at the sides. You can actually put your ring finger underneath here and then let it rest here in your palms of your hands and easily play for a long time or a long period. So it does feel quite ergonomic, I must say. Now, if you look at the screen isn't that big. So I would have preferred, of course, that the sticks here at the bottom would have moved a little bit more to the center, but all in all, probably that wasn't possible. So I am still happy with this, and I think it's quite ergonomically very, very, very nice device. So if you look at the quality of the sticks and the front buttons, they are really excellent. From what I can tell in my first impression, the sticks feel like just regular, well, kind of like Xbox sticks a little bit, yes. So those are maybe a little bit shorter, but they feel very high quality. And the front buttons, especially the D-pad, is the famous Retroid D-pad that we are already aware of, and works very well. When you look at the back triggers at the top, they also feel really good. The L1 and L2, the L1 and the R1 buttons, historically I used to have a little bit of trouble with these, so they got a little bit loose. I have a Retroid Pocket Flip here, so an older version, and when you look at this, so the L1R button tends to get a little bit loose here, and sometimes I had to screw the back off just to put these back in their place. But when you look at the new Retroid Pocket Flip, it's not moving as much, so I have good hope that it will stay on its place. I hope so, but only time will tell. But I can say the ergonomics already feel really good on this small little device. So what can I say? If you look at the front end, it has a glass front end, so it looks very beautiful. The OLED screen is also very beautiful. The glass panel, on the other hand, I must say, can get a little bit smudgy, especially if you are used to using the touch screen on your Retroid Pocket. So that may be a little bit of a downside, but you know, it looks very beautiful. And I started up a few games a few hours ago, and my wife already said, wow, that's a beautiful screen. So I think that's something that Retroid has done very well. Now, if you look at the screen size, it's only 3.7 inch, so that's a bit small. And since it's a very powerful device, you're able to play some more modern games on it, like some Switch games are possible to play on it, but they tend to get a little bit too small. You have to squint your eyes a little bit, because I tried to play Hades, for example, and it's really, really small on the screen. It works well, but it's kind of small. Well, it works well from my perspective, from the little bit that I try to play, but you really have to squint. So that's also a little bit of the downside, but I must say it's very pocket friendly. So you can just put it in your side pocket or your back pocket, and I think that's also the target audience of this device. People who want a powerful device and want to have it pocket friendly. So in that case, this is an excellent option. Of course, you have to think about the fact that you also have to do a setup. So it is not a device you can just buy with a ton of games on it and that is ready to play. So Retroid has done a lot of things to help you get started. So there are emulators that they try to pre-install for you if you want to. But you have to do, of course, a little bit of work. You have to follow a procedure that you can find online and to install your games or to install your emulators on this device. But all in all, it's definitely an excellent device. So if you look at emulation again, like I said, it's a very powerful device, and it's able to emulate the newer systems to definitely a certain degree. I haven't tested everything yet, but so middle range Switch games are possible to play on this if you have the correct emulator and the correct settings. So and if that is your interest to a certain degree, it's definitely possible. But like I said, the screen may be a little bit too small. So for my conclusion, again, excellent device, works very well, very ergonomic for its size, lies great in the hand. Maybe for a next version, Retroid could think perhaps about a vertical handheld. So when you put these front buttons below the screen, it may even become more ergonomic because you don't have to look that far down as you do now when you're holding it in your hands. But I think this is a great device, and I would definitely recommend it to people who like to tinker around, who want a small, inconspicuous device. So if you're at the doctor's office or anything like that, and you want a small device that people won't notice, and you just want to play your games without people with turning heads, this is an excellent device. So in that case, I would definitely recommend it. So that's my first impressions video on this little device, and I hope you enjoyed it. So please subscribe, like the video, and also please leave a comment and let me know what you think about this little device. Bye bye. Thanks.